What's up, everybody? It is Eastern Missouri EAS here. Today, September 29th, 2025, marks my 10-year anniversary of my first ever weather radio. That's right, 10 years ago today, and I got my first ever weather radio from an old radio shack in Lincoln County, Missouri. Matter of fact, that was actually one of the last ever radio shacks to be around in the state of Missouri, I believe, and it has since been destroyed. But that is where I got my first ever weather radio. And if anybody is wondering what the heck it is, well, believe it or not, it is the American Red Cross Eton Zone Guard, which is sitting right here. This is not the same one that obviously my dad got. My dad got for me as a late birthday present that year, 2015. But this is not the same one that I got. Obviously, that Zone Guard lasted until 2021, so it lasted a long time. I was pretty happy about it. And then when it died, it just died. I think the last alert it got was a Quad Cities weekly test. That's what it was. The first alert I received on that Zone Guard was a severe thunderstorm warning for St. Francis, St. Genevieve, and Franklin counties. One day, my parents came home, and I happened to turn on the weather radio because it was cloudy out, and about 10 seconds later, I hear, I'm like, oh shoot, here we go. And then all of a sudden, the top lights up red and starts flashing, and like, oh my god, and I couldn't figure out how to turn off the siren, so they run in, they're like, and they kept pressing the buttons, and finally they discovered that it was the button right here, right below the off on, right there. Cause that time we didn't know what voice, and we didn't know what. I didn't know what any of that stuff was, obviously, at the time, so we just kind of just set it up randomly and didn't know what all this stuff meant. So we just kind of set it randomly and got it going. But yep, I had that radio from 2015 on this date, September 29th, until the summer of 2021. And obviously, as you guys know, other radios came into play before 2021, like my old WR 100 version 5 that I had. I had that and a 120. That's what it was. Yeah, I had that Zone Guard, a version 5 100, and a 120 EZ. And that was what I had at the time. And since then, obviously, I've gotten more Zone Guards, the 120s, and 300s and whatnot, but we are focused on the Zone Guard, obviously. And the first alert I actually ever heard was a flash flood warning. Now you may be asking, if the first alert you received was a severe thunderstorm warning, then how was a flash flood warning the first alert you ever heard? Well, that night I got the Zone Guard, St. Louis actually issued a flash flood warning right before I got it. Like, maybe 15 minutes before I got it, they issued a flash flood warning. There were some storms to our north that were producing heavy rainfall. And then my dad's phone goes off in the car, and we're like, oh shoot. We could have seen the red light go off on this new radio we just got. So we get home, we set it up, and we hear the flash flood warning being replayed on Bellflower. Because back then, if some of you guys may not know, but Bellflower is where the transmitter was at the time. It was not in Hot Point. Didn't come to Hot Point until March 31st, 2023, the day of that double high risk event that we all went through. But that is what it was at that time. It was Bellflower, and it was still on Channel 3, and their theme was Jerseyville, KXI 70. Because back then, they were still, all together, and yeah, Hot Point didn't go to Channel 2 until I think it was 2018 or 2017, something like that. But, thankfully, a YouTuber who is no longer around captured that flash flood warning. So, I was thinking I'd let you guys hear it, because he's not around, so be listening, but I figured I would play you guys the alert so you guys know what I heard for the first time on my first ever weather radio. So, here is a flash flood warning that I heard on my first ever weather radio, American Road Cross, Eton Zone Guard, 10 years ago today, September 29th, 2015. Enjoy the alert. No tones are involved, just a message. Enjoy.
6:32 p.m. Doppler rate St. Louis. The National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a flash flood warning for Lincoln County, Pike County, and northeastern Missouri until 12:30 a.m. At 6:32 p.m., Doppler radar indicated a thunderstorm producing heavy rain across the warned area. Up to 2 inches of rain have already fallen. Flash flooding is expected to begin shortly. Some locations that will experience flooding include Troy, Bowling Green, Louisiana, Ellsbury, Moscow Mills, Davis, Hawk Point, Eolia, Clarksville, Frankfort, Currieville, Spencerburg, New Hartford, Terrence, Silex, Truxton, Painesville, Whiteside, and Otten Cave. This warning also includes Quiver River State Park. Move to higher ground now. Act quickly to protect your life. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 12:30 a.m. Tuesday for the following counties in Missouri, Lincoln and Pike.
Wow! Happens to fall on a Monday. Wow. That is very interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. Wow. Yep, that was 10 years ago today, September 29th, 2015. My first ever again, that was not me obviously recording, that was another user from the St. Louis area who retired in 2018. And I'm very glad that he still had that, because that was very useful for sure. And yeah, I really can't believe I'm saying that it's been 10 years since I had my first ever weather radio. But yeah, the first alert that actually went over my zone guard as a tone alert was a severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin, St. Genevieve, and St. Francis counties. And the other one was for Eastern St. Charles, Franklin, Washington counties, and St. Louis counties. Those were the first two alerts that Meadow Guard actually picked up as being toned. It did not get the flash flood warning. Yeah, I believe that at the time that was issued, when we were getting the zone guard, whenever they issued that flash flood warning. Because I actually remember the storm. We walked that radio shack and there was a storm right over us, and that's probably what they warned it for, was that storm. If I had to guess. But yep. 10 years ago today, got the American Red Cross, Eton Zone Guard. Not the same one obviously, but
Monday, sunny. Highs in the mid-80s.
Light, and just have change on the
around
way.
5 miles per hour. 55. In Farmington, it was 61 degrees. It was clear in Cape Girardeau with 61 degrees. It was clear.
But, yep. This was the first radio I ever received 10 years ago today. can't believe it. A lot of changes have came with me since then. Because at the time, I only knew about one channel. I didn't know nothing about, KO89 or KX70 or any of those transmitters. I used to actually sleep to Tom and all of them, Tom, Donna, Paul. I used to actually sleep to those at night on the week, not on school nights, just on weekends. And it was very relaxing. I really do miss those days. I really do. Yep. So, yeah. I really do miss those days. I hope Tom does connect one day, because that would bring back a lot of memories for me from 2015, for sure. But, yeah. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this special video of me talking about my 10-year anniversary of my first ever weather radio, being the American Red Cross E-Ton Zone Guard. And I hope to see you guys soon. I'll probably be putting more of those CRS archives up here in the coming days too. I just haven't uploaded lately because of privacy reasons, so yeah, that's what's been going on. But I'm gonna get back to uploading CRS archives within the coming days, and I'm gonna be check out the St. Louis test on KO89 Wednesday morning because they've been having problems, so I'm gonna be checking that for them. So yeah, I really do again hope you guys enjoyed this special video of me having a 10-year anniversary special on my first ever weather radio, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is Eastern Missouri EAS signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next CRS archive video. Thank you for watching, and God bless. And one more thing, let's go Blues!